With us finally getting our hands on Wave 5, experiencing it for the very first time, we are all super excited that we actually get to play on 8 retro tracks and also 3 new characters that make its return in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But with something very interesting happening in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe community, is Wave 6 going to be what we expect it to be, or is it going to be very interesting? Let's discuss. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the channel, and the first thing I want to go over really quick is I do have a Discord server, so if you guys want to talk with me one-on-one, discuss Mario Kart, or discuss anything Mario related, please hop into that Discord server and let's just have a chit chat about anything Mario related. And with that out of the way, let's dive right into this video. So the first thing I want to go over in this video is pretty much my initial impressions when it does come to Wave 5, and I'm going to be doing a track review for each of the 8 tracks within Wave 5 of the Booster Course Pass, but that's going to be on a later date. And how do I feel about Wave 5? Do I think that it's a great wave? You know, does it fit the Wave 5 spectrum, or does it fit more of like a Wave 4 or a Wave 3 type of theme? And I'm here to tell you that I think it's a great wave. Is it perfect? No, I don't think it's perfect. In fact, there's one major flaw in the wave right now, and if I mention the track, I don't even have to mention the track, you guys will understand what I'm trying to say, but I'm going to mention it, and it is Sunset Wilds. I'm going to save that for my Sunset Wilds track review, but overall, the characters that we see in Wave 5 and the tracks that we see in Wave 5, you know, we've gotten fan favorites like Daisy Cruiser, Vancouver Velocity, Athens Dash is really good too, and of course Koopa Cape. You guys know I love Koopa Cape, but I think that this wave was actually pretty good, and it really does stand out from the other waves in my opinion. And the last little thing I want to bring up too before I actually start diving into Wave 6 is pretty much what's going to lead into Wave 6. Moonview Highway, and of course nobody was expecting it. And how does this track play, you know, since it plays a big role of Wave 6 and maybe even a Booster Course Pass 2 down the line? As someone who does not play Mario Kart competitively, I think Moonview Highway is a really great track, and I think it was a great addition when it does come to the Booster Course Pass. Of course, like I said, there are some flaws, you know, there's not a lot of traffic, and I'm okay with that, because if I was a competitive player, that's my biggest complaint, because I remember in the original there was a lot more traffic and the cars are actually speeding towards you, and this may be a placebo effect. You know, like I said in the channel before, I have not played a ton of Mario Kart Wii, so I'm kind of unfamiliar with it. But I think it's a nice touch that they actually did add, you know, the changing of the music when you do enter the city. And like I said, maybe it's placebo or maybe it's not. You know, there you go. There's the music change and you actually are on the highway. And then when you enter the city, I think that's a nice touch. Another nice touch too, again, this may be a placebo effect, you know, like I said before, is the boost panels change spots, you know, every race. And I think, you know, it adds a different factor. You know, obviously in time trials, you know, I would hope, I haven't played Moonview Highway in time trials yet, I would hope that they would stay in the same spot for those people who really like time trials. But for, you know, online races, it actually does change the pace up a little bit. So I'm actually very excited for that change as well. So overall, I think Moonview Highway is actually a really great addition when it does come to the Booster Course Pass. So now here we are, we're enjoying Wave 5, we're already starting to think about Wave 6, and we're starting our predictions. Or are we? Because like I said earlier, there's a big curveball earlier that happened in Wave 5, which is Moonview Highway, and we finally know what happened with Moonview Highway. So is this a big curveball for Wave 6? Are we already, you know, knowing what track's going to be in Wave 6? Of course, I want to talk about this more in depth for you guys, so don't worry, I'll be going into depth. And personally for me, if you guys want to know my opinion right now, I am not excited for Wave 6, and before you sit here and dislike the video, comment, you know, you stink or you suck or whatever the case is, let me describe why I am not excited for Wave 6 right now. So what happened with Moonview Highway? You know, obviously some of you guys have already heard about this. Did it replace a GameCube track? Did it replace the SNES track? Did it replace, you know, another tour track, which obviously none of you guys predicted? But what it actually did was replace one of the Nitro tracks, and this is probably one of the worst things that could have happened, and let me explain why. And now if we look at the prefix leak, you know, it's actually been accurate so far, so obviously they're not going to break it on Wave 6 unless they do something crazy, which obviously they're not going to do. So what's the track rundown now? So we got 2 tour tracks, 2 Nitro tracks, 2 GameCube tracks, a SNES track, and a Wii track. So let's go over the tour tracks really quick. Those being Rome Avanti in Madrid, Spain, or known as Mob MD, or whatever the case is going to be, whatever track name it's going to be. Those two tracks right there already scare me because if we look at pictures of them, those are two very similar city tracks, and that already worries me because we already have two tracks clashing with each other. And I get it, Athens and Rome clash even harder, so I mean that's a good thing that they were kind of split apart. But what they could have done is maybe add Madrid and Athens and Vancouver and Rome together so it doesn't really clash on the city tracks, because that's already two tracks pretty much gone in wave 5. Sorry, wave 6. So the next thing I want to go over are the Nitro tracks. Those being Piranha Plant Cove and Piranha Plant Pipeline. Hopefully you guys can see what the problem is here. And there's pretty much two of the same tracks with the same theme. I get it, they look completely different, but if we break it down, one of them kind of does look like Dolphin Shoals, you know, very, not similar, I guess, but it kind of has the same, you know, aspect going on. It's like Athens Dash underwater, and we also have Piranha Plant Pipeline, which is very similar to Piranha Plant Slide, which we already have in the base game. And I get it, you know, these are both fan favorites, but we have the same theme in the same wave. Hopefully, both of these are in the same cup, but hopefully you guys are understanding where I'm coming from now. You know, why I said Wave 6 is not going to be very interesting, or it's going to suck in my personal opinion for a final wave. So right there are 4 tracks. 2 tour tracks are clashing with each other, and now 2 Nitro tracks are clashing with each other. So right there, I feel like that's already a cup wasted, and like I said, they could add these in different cups, but it's just such wasted potential for a final wave. So the next thing I want to go over are the GameCube tracks, and this is where the conversation gets a little bit more interesting. You know, it's not really set in stone, but we do have 3 options to pick from, those being Mushroom Bridge, DK Man, and Dino Dino Jungle. And let me discuss each of these really quickly. If we got Mushroom Bridge, it would be very underwhelming for a final wave. I would love to see it, but it would, you know, not fit a wave 6 thing because it is super easy and it just wouldn't work in a wave 6 for the final wave. Booster Course Pass 2 aside. DK Mountain, I like it, and I think it would be a better fit for wave 6. And let's talk about the other thing, Dino Dino Jungle. Very similar to DK Mountain, they both have the same music, so right there, yet again, they're both clashing. So it's kind of like, what GCN tracks are we going to get? Because if we look at the GCN tracks, we are not supposed to be receiving any more, so like no GCN Bowser's Castle to even make the mix even a little bit better, or wouldn't make it any better. It's just such a confusing topic to talk about, because if we get Mushroom Bridge, it will be great, but it'll be underwhelming. But if we got Dino Dino Jungle, it would be, you know, clashing with DK Mountain, but it fits a Wave 6 theme even more. Hopefully you guys are understanding the bigger picture. I'm not trying to make this confusing, you know, I just want you guys to understand, you know, all the possible outcomes. Of course, Wave 6 can do anything at this point, but, you know, we'll wait to see what happens. So the last little quick thing I want to go over for you guys is obviously the SNES track and the Wii track. What do we have left? SNES Bowser's Castle 3 and Wii Ramble Road. And that's it. There's no, like, variety in this wave at all. Obviously, if they added Mushroom Bridge, that'd be a little bit of a different story. But Wave 6 is not looking too good right now. Hell, I'm even gonna say this in the video right now. If they did Piranha Plant Pipeline, you know, absolutely perfect, you know, if it was anti-gravity across the whole entire thing, it would play so much better than Wii Rainbow Road. And I want you guys to change my mind, obviously have a nice debate, don't come at me, you know, saying that I'm dumb or anything like that. That's just my personal opinion, you know, I just think that Piranha Plant Pipeline, if it was done absolutely correctly, would play better than Wii Rainbow Road. You know, Wii Rainbow Road is nostalgic. Mob DK, I guess you can call it, which is now known as Piranha Plant Pipeline, will work absolutely well too. So, Wave 6 is not looking too good right now. Obviously, they can't change anything, and obviously they will do anything to make us fans happy, like we've seen, you know, countless times. You know, they brought on Moonview Highway, they changed the graphics, they brought on more fan-favorite characters and stuff like that. So obviously they will do anything, because we paid for this DLC, and I don't think it's like a situation, if you guys know Activision, I don't think it's a situation like that where they don't care about their fans pretty much. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but yeah, right now, obviously I'll talk about the characters really quick. What the hell could we even see at this point? Because it's not even looking too great at all at this point. So I'm hoping for the best, but my expectations are very, very low because we already know the tracks. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about the entire Wave 6 scenario, you know. I want to know what you guys think about it. Are you guys excited that Wii Rainbow Road is finally coming in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Or do you think they should have done it a little bit differently? Personally, for me, I wish they did it a little bit differently. So, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I will have more videos regarding this subject, you know, at a later date once I do all the track reviews and, you know, a 1-month review and the ranking videos, and maybe if I even try to find the best character combos, because I stink at doing that. So, obviously, give me some time, guys, and I'll have some videos cooking up for you because I'm going to be one busy guy. And I'm going to try to keep the upload schedule, you know, a little bit more intact. I always upload on Sundays. I think I'm going to start uploading on Wednesdays and maybe have an extra video for you guys sticking around. So, I just want to say, if you guys did enjoy the video, please smash that thumbs up button. And also, if you guys want to subscribe to the channel for anything Mario related now, because that's what I'm changing it to. Obviously, we'll focus on Wave 5, and after that, we'll switch. Subscribe to the channel if you guys do want more. With that out of the way, I just want to say, stay healthy, stay clean. Bye.